All right, we're about to dive into one of the coolest, most mysterious parts of just being human, how a single, simple smell can completely unlock a flood of memories.
I mean, you know the feeling, right? It hits you out of nowhere. Maybe it's the smell of fresh cut grass or an old book or that specific perfume someone used to wear.
You just breathe it in for a split second.
And boom, you're not just remembering something, you're there. You can feel it all over again. So what is going on there? Why does smell have this almost magical power over us? Well, it's not magic at all. Turns out it's all about how our brains are wired. To really get this, we've got to go way, way back. We're talking about the very first, the most ancient sense that life on this planet ever developed. Think about it. Long before early creatures had complex eyes or ears, they navigated the world using chemical signals. Basically, they used smell to find food, to sense danger, to survive. And that ancient history is the key to everything.
So because smell is the oldest sense, it gets special treatment in the brain. It's like it has a VIP pass, a secret shortcut that none of the other senses, like sight or sound, get to use.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. When you see something or hear something, that information has to go through a part of your brain called the thalamus. You can think of it like a logical switchboard, processing all the data. But smell gets to skip that completely. It takes a direct express route straight into the brain's limbic system. And what's in the limbic system? Just two of the most important players for this whole story. The amygdala, which is the raw emotion center of your brain, and the hippocampus, which is the hub for creating new memories. Smell gets a direct, unfiltered line to both. And this unique brain wiring creates this incredible effect that scientists actually have a name for. They call it the Proust phenomenon. It's all about how that direct line forges an unbreakable bond between a feeling and a moment in time. So picture this. You smell something new during a really important or emotional event. At that exact moment, your amygdala is processing the feeling of that moment, joy, fear, love, while your hippocampus is recording the facts of the memory. And the result? The smell, the emotion, and the memory all get fused together into one single super vivid unit. They become a package deal inside your brain. And that, my friends, is the Proust phenomenon. It means that years down the line, when you smell that same scent again, you don't just recall a fact. You unlock the entire package, the memory, plus all the original emotion that went with it. And that's why it feels so incredibly real. It's so different from just remembering something. You're not just recalling information, you are emotionally, viscerally reliving that moment. So, have you ever noticed that the smells from your childhood seem to be the most powerful of all? Well, there's a really good reason for that. I mean, just think about it for a second. The unique smell of your childhood home, a certain meal your grandma used to make, even the weird smell of chalk and floor wax from your elementary school. These things can bring it all rushing back, can't they? It's because when we're really little, before our language skills are fully developed, we experience the world mainly through our senses. And smell, our most ancient sense, becomes the anchor for those first foundational memories of what felt safe, what felt like home, what felt like discovery. But this whole amazing system isn't just there for getting nostalgic. It actually evolved for a much more urgent and primal reason: pure survival. Just think about it this way. If our ancient ancestors smelled smoke, they didn't have time to stand around and logically analyze it. I wonder what that is. No! They needed that signal to bypass logic, go straight to the amygdala, trigger instant fear, and get them moving. That direct emotional pathway isn't a bug, it's a life-saving feature. Of course, because this link is so incredibly powerful, when it gets disrupted, the results can be really serious. For someone with PTSD, a totally harmless smell associated with a trauma can trigger a debilitating response. And tragically, we now know that one of the very first signs of Alzheimer's disease is often the loss of the sense of smell, as those memory systems start to break down. So what this all really tells us is that a smell is so much more than just a quick sensation. It's a doorway. It's a direct connection to our past, to our deepest emotions, and to the very core of who we are. So the next time a random smell just stops you in your tracks, you'll know exactly what's happening. You're experiencing this incredible ancient connection firing deep inside your brain. And that just leaves one question for you to think about. What scent is a portal for you?